Can a landlord or property manager in California regulate how a tenant parks their vehicle on the public street? Hi, my name is Rob Wells. I'm the Landlord Boy on TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Now, this TikTok user is basically asking, if a manager, I guess in this situation, asks for vehicle registration or possibly give a 3-day notice to perform basically for expired vehicle registration. Well, here are my thoughts. First off, even if the car was parked on the landlord's property, actually the actual physical rental address, not having vehicle registration, my thoughts, I think it's going to be a trivial breach, even if you have that in your lease. Meaning, even if there was a breach, that term is in the contract. I don't think any court is going to enforce you having if your registration's expired or whatever, that's grounds to give a tenant a 3-day notice to perform. Okay. I say that because even if the landlord has that in the agreement, so what? Landlord, what is your interest in enforcing the California Vehicle Code as to registration? Okay. That kind of is different than having an abandoned vehicle on property, because under most local municipalities, can't speak today, there's several ordinances where maintaining an inoperable vehicle in public view is deemed a public nuisance, and theoretically a landlord could be subject to prosecution or citation by code enforcement. In that situation, it becomes not trivial because the landlord's subject to regulation from the local municipality. Okay. That being said, landlords, you don't control the public street. Whatever ends at your driveway or your property address, the public street is not in the purview of the landlord what they can control. So I don't even know, unless the car was blocking like a driveway or something under the vehicle code, you could have that vehicle towed if it's blocking your way access getting in. I don't even know. You couldn't even authorize a tow on the public street. Basically, that would be up to the local municipality, and if the car is violating something in the vehicle code. Okay, so that wouldn't even be in the purview of the landlord's control, and therefore I don't even know how you would issue 3-day notice to perform for that behavior, especially on an expired vehicle registration. So sorry, landlords, I think you're going to be out that way. Those are my thoughts. Listen, these issues like with parking and violating leases and so forth, they're highly factual. Your mileage may vary, particularly if you're in a local area that controls evictions. You might have to give several warnings. You might have to register any type of warning or termination notices with the local jurisdiction, your municipality. So you need to tread lightly here if you're going to be issuing 3-day notices to perform, because if you don't do it in the right legal way, or you try to issue a 3-day notice to perform on a trivial breach, you might find out in court that that's not going to work, and your case might get thrown out, and that might subject you to legal costs and expenses that you shouldn't have been taking on to begin with, because the case was just no good. So if you're in the Northern California area and you need some help out, feel free to reach out. We might be able to help out. Put your comments, questions down below. Until next time, folks, I'll talk to you then. Thanks.